Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy day after VD. I hope everybody has had a good VD, and now that VD is behind us, I think it's um,
You
you
do
know,
this every year,
I know it's so
every
funny
year.
though.
Um, I got home from I did a gig this weekend and I got home and my son Micah handed me a little box of Valentine's candies. It's very cute.
Aw,
So,
he knows his
yeah.
mama.
So, that's right. His mama llama drama. Did you and Jen exchange any Valentine's
So,
niceties?
so funny story. So I had ordered, of course. So the 13th, Friday the 13th was Galentine's Day, which we had the show the last week. And then the 14th is Valentine's Day. So my big plan was to order a half a dozen roses for Jen, my best friend, and then Saturday to order half a dozen roses for Jen, my spouse. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, just, I mean, it was cool and all, but whatever. It would have made, I think it would have made me happier than anybody else. So I was like, okay, I'll just send a dozen roses on Saturday for Valentine's Day. And so I ordered from like a bouquet place or whatever, and like beautiful
Hmm.
vase and all displayed with the baby's breath and all the fillers. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So I'll have it delivered on Saturday, and we were just between taking care of sheep and stuff like that. It'll come. So Jen ran a bunch of errands. As soon as she ran and left, I got a notification, so your bouquet has been delivered. I'm like, oh, perfect. This is great. So I can get it up. So I ran up to the top of the hill. Yeah, it's in a long cardboard box, and there was a vase in there, and then there were a dozen roses smashed in there and zip tied down. So like I had to put it together. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
So I cut everything, put the little magic powder in the water, and I get it as sort of decorative as I can, right? So I had that on the kitchen table, and as soon as I put that on there, the cat jumped on the table and started rubbing up against the thorns. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. So I sprayed the cat, and I left the flowers on the table. And then, so the day
Oh
prior,
my God.
Amy had dropped over some Galentine's Day gifts and a nice little box and macaroons and just beautiful box. So I
I
kind of put that there, plus the card for the Jenny's middle name is Rose. So I said, Roses for my Rose. Happy Valentine's Day. And I had a card, right? So Jen walks in and she, you know, I don't know, she like, I can see that she sees there's nothing else on the table except for the dozen roses, poorly arranged, and the pretty box from Amy with all the candy and bakery stuff.
and a cat, maybe.
Well, yeah, and the cat fur on her thorn, but so she sees it all there, so whatever, so doesn't say anything, which is fine. I mean, I'll do it for the glory, but it would have been nice to have a billboard or something. So then we ended up going
Statue
out.
erected in.
Yeah, anything erected in my honor, I'm a for. So
You're gonna say that.
we why did you use that word? Anyway,
I never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
yeah, don't. Um, so anyway, so Jen and I went out to the Old Stein Inn, which is a beer garden near our house. Someone had given us a gift card, so we went. It was not, I mean, whatever. Everybody was wearing red. We're just like, well, we smell like sheep shit, but we're just gonna, so we were just in there having lunch. So we came home
How
and the flat,
how very
hour.
romantic.
I know, well, Um, so, we got home and so finally I said something nice. And it might have been today. Yeah, so we got home, had dinner. I mean, we had German dinner, came home, blah, blah, blah. I'm making a long story even longer. Longer than the long stem roses that I had to cut and arrange myself. So finally this morning, we're having coffee and I said, so do you like your roses? She goes, yeah, the ones from Amy? I'm like, no, those are from me. She goes, oh, what? She goes, I thought that was all of the stuff from Amy. I'm like, did you read the card? She goes, yeah, it said rose. I said, what did the card say? She goes, roses. And I said, read the card. It said, roses for my Rose. Yeah, so we had Amy over for dinner tonight, and I'm like, I just want you to know that you got credit for about almost a 24-hour period of giving my wife a dozen roses. She's like, well, thank you. I'm like, no, no, you're
Maybe she
welcome.
thought they were for your dog. She thought they were for Rosie.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of funny. I said, no, the
Roses for
bakery, the edible
Rosie.
stuff, the good stuff, the beautifully arranged and presented stuff is from Amy. But yes, it's fun. So that was it.
You tried.
Yeah. How about you, Matt? Well, you guys were up in the Rehoboth Beach area, right?
We were busy. Yeah, it's so funny. We were at a bar mitzvah weekend of a former student of mine, and I was asked to provide some musical entertainment. And the bar mitzvah and the party were actually on Valentine's Day. So we were staying in Rehoboth, and we were taking the elevator down to breakfast yesterday morning. And Matt goes, "Oh yeah, Happy Valentine's Day." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I totally forgot," because I was in the throes of like getting ready for the event, and I was like, "Oh yes, absolutely, Happy Valentine's." So that
High
was about
five,
the
honey. I love you.
extent of
Yeah.
it. Nice job, buddy. Yeah.
You know,
So
it's
honestly, that
funny.
was because
Well, yeah, you
I
were right.
went to the bar mitzvah, and then went around Rehoboth, and then went to the party in the evening. So that was it. But it was
Yeah.
it was it
No,
was
I
fun.
mean, it's one of these things. I'm convinced that it's just you look at all that because I subscribe to the national, the Today's. Like every day is some random bizarre holiday, you know. So I think some of them catch on, and some of them. I'm
Yes,
trying to
and we would
propose
exhaust
a
ourselves.
misophonia awareness day that is currently does not exist, but yeah. But I like the quirky holidays, and that
Or an
used to be.
anti-misophonia, and everyone sits around and eats really loudly in a room together.
Well, listen, I'll listen to the sheep chew their cud and chew their hay, and I don't care what they're chewing. I'll listen to that all day. Rosie and Dozer and
I know you
Blueberry
like
chewing on a
animals.
cracker. Yeah. Human? Mm-mm. No.
Not so much.
No. Anyway.
No. We are still a little glitchy tonight, Moe. I don't know if it is on your end as well, but as soon as we hit record, it seems like things got a little glitchy.
Everything seems okay. I noticed it a little bit ago now, but
It's okay on your end.
huh?
That's fine. I'm just letting you know if
Are
my
you,
reactions, if our conversations seem overlapping or something, that's probably why.
okay, here's the one fix that I would recommend is as I'm talking, assume that what I'm about to say
Hmm.
is both hilarious and insightful and just a touch poignant. So if you could just, prepare that look and
Okay.
response, I think we'll be fine.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, now I'm just gonna
Was that
hit send.
good?
Man.
All right. So, it is finally starting to not look quite as much like a winter wonderland around here. So that's been kind of nice. Melting away. We're actually starting to see grass and curbs, and it's kind of exciting. So I'm
Well,
up for that. I think it was 50 degrees today.
yeah, it was what, 3 weeks today that we had this storm, right?
Not quite. I think it's been like 2 full weeks that we've had snow on the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's crazy. I can hear
Maybe
it
I'm wrong.
raining outside right now.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that earlier. Um, but one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight is that I did get to, as I mentioned, I went to my first bar mitzvah this weekend, and I was never around a large Jewish population where I grew up,
Do you mean a lot
and
of
I know
Jewish
in this
people
area,
or Jewish people who are
large
like
Jewish people are a lot of
okay.
yes and both. But I got to actually, attend the service, and it's called Seaside Jewish Community, and it's in Rehoboth, Delaware. And they were so welcoming. And I love when like there's a special event and they're inviting people that they know are not of a Jewish background, and they were, everything was explained what would be happening. I had never, held a Torah in my hands before, a big Torah, book. The pages, did you know? I don't know if you know this or not, Moy, and I don't know if you've ever been to a ceremony like this, but the pages of the Torah go backwards. So the book opens, instead of the book opening this way, it opens backwards and all the page numbers go backwards.
How is the writing flow on the actual page? Still left to right, top to bottom?
It's still left to right, top to bottom, but it's right page, then left page. And then you
Huh.
turn and it's right
Is there a
page, then
reason
left
for that?
page. Um, I'm sure there is. I'm not knowledgeable to say what that reason is. I could make something up, but I don't know that I have don't know if I have the creativity to do that right now. But it's just really fascinating, and I know that Judaism is both a culture, is a lineage and a religion, and it's really amazing to hear everyone around you like chanting in Hebrew things that they've been around their whole lives, and to see it as a foreigner, to experience this culture, and that the fact that they just accepted and let everybody just jump right in the middle of the culture. It was really really cool. I really enjoyed it.
That's
Something
cool.
I had not yet experienced. And yeah, and just the way there's a lot of symbolism and a lot of ritual, and it was really beautifully done. And the young man Jackson, he was a student of mine for years. Did all the Hebrew readings and chanted in Hebrew and sang it. It was, oh my gosh, he was fantastic. Like the amount of work that I'm sure he put into it was just amazing. So, um,
So the bar mitzvah is it's kind of the equivalent of a quinceañera or a debutante ball, but in a religious aspect, or is there a I'm also thinking about, is it kind of like for confirmation, like you go through CCD or you go through confirmation classes and you get confirmed in the religious? It seems like it's a mix of the religious as well as the into manhood thing, right? Is that
yes. Yes, because it's done, around the 13th birthday. And in the church culture now, he's considered to be a man now in the culture. And he had to do years of Hebrew school and coaching and classes and practicing with, there was a female rabbi that led him through the service, another rabbi who had helped him, but she was ill. She was there, but she was sick, so she was masked and, kind of wasn't interacting with folks. And then there was another man who we actually sat with him at dinner last night, and he is someone who um, tutors people and works with them in learning the Hebrew. And it was, yeah, and just a lot of acknowledgement of the family and everyone who helped them get there, and the grandparents and, other people getting up and reading prayers. And it was just really fun. I'm really grateful that I got the chance to experience that, because
yeah.
in my whole life I never have. And I love anytime you get invited into someone else's culture and they just accept you, you're allowed to be there and you're allowed to just experience it. It was really really beautiful.
That's really cool, and I think it says a lot too that the family invited you or asked you to be that, because you played for the cocktail hour, right? And then for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
entertainment and how
I
you.
played for the I played for the cocktail hour, and I do play the piano. A lot of people don't know that my primary vehicle for playing is by chords. So I can read music because I teach, but I'm a stronger chord player. Well, Jackson, the young man, requested all classical music for that cocktail hour. So someone had to do quite a bit of practicing of these. I did two Beethoven sonatas, I did a Chopin nocturne and a Chopin prelude, and I can play this stuff, but I've never, first of all, in my entire life, I've never performed classical music. It's always been accompanying people or performing things that have chords in them. So it was really a stretch for me, like to prep
Nice.
for this, and I wanted to do well by them. And honestly, I was quite nervous, but fortunately, it was back. I jokingly told my husband, I said, if I give you some sort of distress signal, start like some loud conversation on the other side of the room, like get people away from the piano. but um, but But it was, yeah, it was fun. And then the after dinner they had a very curated list of artists and songs, a lot of Billy Joel, Elton John, Simon and Garfunkel, some things from Wicked, some things from Anne Juliet the musical. And I did not know Jackson would be so enthusiastic to want to sing everything. He stood up with a second microphone and sang almost everything with me. And then we did a guess the lyrics and we did a guess the song by the intro game, and people played along, and it was just so much fun. And I really enjoyed it. I think it was a bar mitzvah that was very different. Usually they're like a rager for like 13-year-olds. So I think this one was
Is
a little bit different.
is
So
Jackson an
fun.
only child, or does he have siblings, older or younger, or is he an only child?
He's an only child. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
he's an only child.
That's so
But
cool. Yeah, well,
yeah,
you had sent
it
me
was
a
so
couple.
fun.
You sent me a couple videos, and there was one where you guys were doing a duet, and there was one moment in that duet when he basically I'm coming in and sat down right next to you on the piano bench, and I saw that, and I'm like, that to me encapsulated everything you needed to know about your relationship with him and his family, the fact that he felt so comfortable with you. And because like when you're up in front of a bunch of people, especially when you're the guest of honor, like when you're up against,
Yeah,
that there's a lot of pressure, and the fact that he felt comfortable enough with you to just
absolutely.
to sit down, that was really, really, I really loved that moment in that video you sent me.
Yeah, it was. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's funny. Musicians have a bit of an ego, myself included, and you've really got to go in and remember that it's about the person that you're doing it for and what they want. And boyfriend just wanted to sing, and everybody else to sing along, and some people were kind enough to kind of get up and like kind of dance, and
Nice.
it was a wonderful, loving, supportive crowd. It was a really cool venue, and it was just really, really cool.
Now, did you find a way to get us a gig there in the future? Did you talk to manager, or what are we doing
I'm
here?
working on it. I've got some contact people to follow up with. So
Nice. Well, it's
it's
and
cool.
listen,
It looked like a
I am
tree.
yeah, it was a really cool venue. I was stalking you on their website. Listen, I am by no means, by no means am I connecting a very symbolic and personal and serious bar mitzvah with the Olympic sport of curling. However, just I was
Please do.
yeah. So I had, I get a sleep score for my watch every night on a scale of 100. And last night I got a 23. And part of it was because I had insomnia, and I was up until 4 a.m. this morning, working on my sheep database, which, as
Of
one
course.
does. Because as we know, a database has
That's
a
one.
spreadsheet as its foundation. So I was working in my spreadsheet database, coding in AI. I loved it. And watching the Japanese women play the US women, it felt like all parts of me together on the screen, watching curling, which I know nothing
We're
about.
the U.S. women from Wisconsin.
They were. There was a lot of cheese being eaten on the ice. But it was fascinating to me that because the commentators were talking about, and I'm pretty sure I didn't dream this, but they were talking about how this is their whole life, right? And you and I have had this conversation before also about sweet Adelines, or now I'm becoming more versed in sheep farming, right? So like
You
it sounds
are
like I planted sheep and then I'm raising them. I'm I'm feeding sheep anyway. Um, but it's amazing to me
trees.
that when you're in that world, so when you know the culture and you know the language like Hebrew, and you know the Torah goes from, right to left,
Yeah.
instead of left to right, it's this whole other world you get an insight to, and that's one of the things I love about the Olympics is there are sports that I don't know a lot of professional curling leagues or professional curlers for that matter, but it's so fascinating that these subcultures within it's not just sports, it's winter sports, it's not just winter sports, it's ice sports, it's not just ice sports, it's throwing a stone, and then you were like, where did this come from, and then somebody's got the Roomba and the
Yeah.
broom, but it fascinates me to learn about these things. And listen, I'm not going to be convert to Judaism that I know of. I'm not going to become certainly not a professional, maybe a highly paid semi-pro amateur curler. But it's fascinating to me that there's these other worlds, and that we get these glimpses and these insights. Or in your case, you got invited into and see this ceremony and learn the symbolism and learn all the the cultural traditions that happen in that typical service. And I think it's awesome that we get these glimpses into other people's worlds, and not because we want to join that world, but I think you get a better appreciation for your own world when you see that your world is
Yeah.
different. Our world may be foreign to somebody else's. Like a typical choir singer would not maybe understand the importance of blending in a barbershop arrangement or something like that, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Very much
it's
so.
fascinating to me, and I love that you were invited to do that, and I love that you did right by me, because I know you've been working hard for this, leading up to it. But I think it says a lot that you were invited into something that's outside of your comfort zone and outside of your geographical zone, and doing those things and doing right by Jackson and his family.
I'm grateful. I mean, it really is it, and I think anytime you have an opportunity to that, and they invited me and said, look, we completely understand if you don't want to come to the bar mitzvah service, or if you're, if you'd rather rest, but like, when's the next time I'm going to get invited to a bar mitzvah? Probably not real soon. And I just
Depends
wanted to
how
be
many
in
12-year-olds
I
you're
just
hanging
think,
out with nowadays.
well, I don't, I got a whole, anyway. The other thing that was a first for this is I actually sang and played a Britney Spears song for the reception. Never had done
Oh,
that before. So we're going to have to add that to our rep.
I don't think we have
We
to,
did
but what
Oops,
did
I
you
Did It
play?
Again. Oops, I Did It Again because it's part of the Anne Juliet soundtrack. It was kind of fun, actually. I have a video of it. I'll send it to you.
Nice.
And you know what, Mo, I think is very ironic about your unfortunate insomnia last night is that you literally were counting sheep
I know.
and it didn't make you fall asleep.
It did not.
You were counting sheep on a spreadsheet.
So I
Like,
think
you
they
do
kind of
not
counterbalance.
mess
They
around with your
counterbalance each
sheep.
other. You're counting sheep, but at the same time, database, spreadsheet, sheep sheet. I don't know. Anyway, sheep. But yeah, I
Yeah,
just
I don't know that you could have been counting more sheep any more literally than you were.
no, I couldn't. But now we're just out there naming them. But
I know. I want dibs on that. I like to name things. Do you know that when I was a kid, I've always been fascinated with names. I would just sit in my notebook like when I was in middle school and I would write like first and middle name combinations that I liked. I would just make lists and columns of names. I love names.
so we're Josh, Caleb,
Judging by the
Micah,
look
and
on your face, I think you maybe think that's a little weird.
no, I don't. I'm just curious. Were Josh, Jacob, Caleb, and Micah any of the names that you wrote down?
Yes, I have Joshua Matthew written down from the time I was in like seventh grade. Isn't that funny?
Really?
Hmm.
And what about Caleb and Micah and Jacob?
Um, I think Joshua and Caleb, because of my biblical upbringing, Joshua and Caleb always naturally went together because they were like buddies in the Bible. Um, and then yeah, I don't remember. I always liked the name Micah. And then Jacob, I was on the fence with. He was almost Jesse. Did I tell you that? Like
Mm-mm.
up till like going into labor, I didn't know what I was going to name him, Jacob or Jesse. It was back and forth between the two.
So in your middle school notebook, how many girls' names did you have?
A lot.
And you guys
They
couldn't try for a
all
fifth?
just after four, we were like, "Oh, okay, I don't want to have five boys." That was what I used to say.
That would be the ultimate. Like, just one more time. We're gonna try one more time for. Nope. Here we go.
One more time. One more time. Okay, it's another boy.
Oops, I did it again. Yeah.
It's a lot of dinosaurs in that
Call
call
back.
back. Moe, I have to ask you, did you get my card this week?
No, I did not.
Oh man, I sent it like Monday.
What kind of card was it?
It's gonna make you laugh. I see. No, I don't want to tell you because
You
I'm
already
bummed
told
though
me.
because I
Now I
sent it
gotta
like
like go
Monday.
check the mail.
No, I want you to see it because it'll make you laugh. But
I felt bad.
seriously, I
So
mailed it like Monday.
oh, I felt bad because I put all of our we have this really tight neighborhood of just strong professional women that just we just happen to be surrounded by strong professional women, And so I made Galentine's Day cards with candy, and I put them in all their mailbox. If like I think I handed Amy's to her, but put it in Lee's mailbox. I put it in
Yeah.
everybody's mailbox, and I felt kind of bad. I always feel bad putting stuff in people's mailbox, but I feel it's like less intrusive than going to their front door and just. So anyway, it's just my own
Sure.
personal thing. And I believe it's a federal offense to do that, to actually put stuff in people's mailboxes. I don't know. I've heard that. Maybe I started that rumor.
Nice.
Not sure. But but I also, and the whole time I was thinking about this, I know that our mail carrier is female. And I remember thinking to myself, I should have put something in there for her, because I thought she's going to go through all of these mailboxes, because it's everyone on this whole, there's 5
Yeah.
driveways that are all the same name, and about 7 or 8 of them had this card, the same exact card with a thing of candy taped to it. And I thought I should have put one in there for her. But then I was also thinking, what if she thought that was for her and grabbed them, because maybe her name is Nicole or Jamie or Lauren, I don't know. But and then I was like definitely overthinking everything. Had to walk down about a mile
Really?
to another. Yeah, really. Whenever have I done that? Walked a mile to another friend's house, and I put that in there. Then I'm walking back, and as I'm walking down to our driveway, to where all our mailboxes are, no kidding, our mail carrier. Because I was thinking, well, maybe she's already come for the day,
Oh my
and
gosh.
she's driving by, and I'm like, hi, and I'm like, I don't know who put the candy there, So, but anyway, I felt kind of bad. But anyway,
Yeah, I've always been told that too, that but I agree with you. I think walking up to like, especially in this age of like ring cams and doorbells and stuff, it's like more invasive to come up to somebody's front door and put something rather than just put it in their
yeah,
mailbox.
because when I do that, I like to put something on the front door and then run like hell. So I think that's jarring. So,
I like to ask someone if they want, if they're interested in buying new windows, and then I just give them a card and run away.
yeah, I ask them if they found Jesus, but that gets you invited in. I don't know.
Ask them if they'd like a copy of the Watchtower.
Yeah, like
Hello,
Enneagram.
my name is Elder Price.
Anyway, so I hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day, and whatever other made-up holidays are promoted by Hallmark, every other card industry, and anybody who makes chocolate or sweets or sweets. And what is this nerds gummy clusters? Oh my God,
They're
so addictive.
so I am really upset with Kathy Shellman. I'm just going to call her out. She
Yeah,
is the baritone in 2 of my sister's quartets. She's one person, but she's in 2 quartets. Hard to explain. Don't worry about it. Kathy suggested I try these gummy nerd things, and I am so addicted to them now. They are so good. They're the gummy, and then the crispy of the
you like
nerds, and they're so good. Oh, yeah. Mad. Super mad.
yeah. Fortunately, your face has frozen in the look, so that was good.
Good. I'm so
Well,
glad.
yeah. Well, cool. And then I think this coming Friday, we're gonna do, we do full stop Fridays. We talk about full stops on Fridays, but I think this Friday we're gonna go live, and
Yeah.
maybe just choose one of the full stop things that you or I have created, and if people want to jump on and uh, tell us how we could have done it better, or what twist they would have put onto it, or we can either help if you have some kind of thing coming up that you want a full twist and add full stop and add a twist to, where we can be your full stop twist consultants. That twist consultants does not sound legal, so we'll just say you're full stop consultants. But yeah, we'll
There's
we'll
so
announce the
many
time. I don't know
different
when.
ways
It's not
that
like
it
the
can
time is a surprise. It's just we don't know when it is on Friday. So, but
go. We'll let you know.
yeah.
All right. Well, happy Valentine's, Galentine's. Ash Wednesday's coming up this week. Groundhog
President's
saw
Day
his shadow. I
tomorrow.
mean, we got all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, President's Day. Good night. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Celebrate however you feel appropriate, everyone.
Yeah. Safely with fireworks.
And Mazel Tov, everybody.
Awesome. Everybody have a great week. And if you're not working tomorrow, I know you are, but if you are off tomorrow, take some time for yourself. Buy yourself a cup of coffee. Sit down and actually drink it. and enjoy it.
Mm.
That's your stop.
Have
That's
a
your full stop
wonderful
Friday.
week, everybody, and we'll see you for Full Stop Friday.
Sounds good. Okay,
All
bye.
right. Bye.